Oh, so what's that? A 2019 Camry? But yeah, it's the Bayou Garage. We love everything with motors. Yeah, let's go check it out. Is that a Camry? That's a 2019 Camry. That's not what I'm used to seeing from Camrys. That's what's next. Man, I've been a Toyota guy for years and years. This doesn't look like your average everyday Camry. Camrys kind of in the United States have been overlooked in times. This doesn't look average everyday and cheap. So this is the fun part about being in the Bayou Garage, is that we get to check out different cars every day and just see what they're all about and learn new things, and I love it. And I'm getting to learn that, you know what, Camrys might not be as average as you would think. So with a starting price of somewhere around $30,000, because this is an XSE package, and there's a lot of things that quickly, as soon as I got the keys, I fell in love with. So the few things I found out is, first of all, 28 miles in the city, 39 miles on the highway, and I like to travel, so therefore I like something that can get 40 miles to the gallon on the road. It also has about 206 horsepower, the little bit of blacked out emblems and just the black top and the small details and the accents of black on white looks incredible on this car. Kind of interesting to me is in 2017 there was 387,000 of these made in the United States. In 2018, there was 246,000 of these made in the United States, and they're made all over the world. Here, they're Camrys, but in Latin America and in Asia, this is the top of the line Toyota. This is the luxury car. Also learning that in Australia, since 1993, the Camry has been the #1 selling car. Now, globally, it's known as the XV70, not a Camry. I guess that's just the United States. We get actual names. Foreign-made vehicles, a lot of them are based on numbers and letters instead of actual names. And this Camry shares its platform with the Prius and the CHR crossover by Toyota. So like I said, this is the XSE package. I found out that the grille and the front fascia on every single different model, which I think there's almost like 7 or 8 different models, the front fascia is slightly different. They all have their own unique look, from the XSE, the SE, and the hybrid, and all of those things that'll let you know which one's which. And then I'm not sure if you've noticed yet, but right there on that door panel, you can see the red. That starts off the red interior, which I'm pretty sure my next car is not going to have a black or gray interior, so that red catches my eye a lot. But still, with a 206 horsepower, it's kind of sporty, it's kind of fun to drive. I mean, it's not a supercar by any means, it's not anything incredible, but it's not an everyday average car when you get it in this package and you get this set up. It's kind of fun. Doesn't always have to be expensive to be fun. There's a lot of fun cars out there that are low priced and still fun to drive. That's probably why I own a Celica. The red interior and the dash and the whole new setup in this vehicle is extreme. I love that the red pops as much as it does with the white exterior, the black accents, and then bam, red interior. It says something about somebody that drives something with a red or just an interior that's not your standard black or gray. I'm kind of bored of black and gray interiors, by the way. Now, it does have a lot of aggressive lines, and some of these little air intakes are plastic and they're not actual true ones, they're false air intakes, so there's no air actually passing through, and with 206 horsepower you probably don't need that. In the front end, they could have also thrown in the fog lights at the bottom, which I think that's missing, because the new LED fog lights and the LED little strip lights are pretty awesome, and I do love that on a lot of the new cars. I'm kind of missing that on this. I'm excited about this car. I mean, the black top accent, there is a panoramic roof. There's a lot of people nowadays that are just loving these new panoramic roofs. If you can't have a convertible, second best thing, panoramic roof. Gives you all this great daylight when you're driving it. So we'll get into the layout of the interior of the car. Red accents, of course, everywhere. The red leather or pleather, I'm not even sure. The little bit of chrome or brushed metal in here just sets it off. It goes continuously throughout the whole dashboard. Everything is situated very easy to reach. You have a great widescreen monitor on the dashboard, and a lot of these new cars nowadays are going to this big kind of Tesla style big monitor on the dashboard. It's pretty cool. On your dashboard, you have the 2 analog dials that are, speedometer and your tach, like most cars. But in the center you have the digital readout and a digital screen that is full of information, as much information as you ever want on a car. The seats are incredibly comfortable. It's not fast, but when you're buying a car like this, I'm pretty sure you're not buying a car like this to be fast. It does have flappy paddles. It does have an adjustable steering column so that you can lower it. I do like sitting as low as possible in the car, so that's kind of my ritual. I do like that a lot of the cars nowadays are coming up to the controls on the dash up here for your fuel door and your trunk, and you're not reaching down on the floor or catching your foot on something that can break later. So I'm glad they finally took those controls off the floor. It comes with the Eco, the normal, and the sport modes. I don't know how much of a difference is that going to be in life. Now, I know in Eco cars, when you put it in there, it's going to shift at a very low RPM. It's going to do a bunch of stuff that tries to save you as much fuel as humanly possible. And then the sport mode makes it where you get the most out of the engine for playtime. Now, a lot of people are loving this nowadays because this 2019 Camry comes with the tray for your cell phone, and it's wireless charging, so you can just drop your cell phone in there and it'll be charging while you're driving. No more wires hanging out. And how many of us has wires all over in their car and just absolutely hate it? Be scared of these things. They're very intuitive and they're very easy to control. You'll get used of it within a day or two. And all you got to do is remember is to keep a towel in the glove box, because you're gonna have to wipe your fingerprints off, especially if you're driving and eating chicken. But I still think if you're gonna talk about anything in this car, the absolute most important part of this car is the absolutely beautiful red interior with the little gray down the center suede. It's comfortable, it rides nice, and the panoramic roof. That's gonna be the two things that in this car that I absolutely love. So if you're looking for a car that's well priced and sporty and clean for your child or you or anybody else, this thing's pretty cool, because this is the Bayou Garage where we check out anything with motors. We love them all. It doesn't matter the price range. It doesn't matter anything like that. We just want to drive everything. So now Toyota Camrys are off the list for this year, 2020. And now we're going to put up all the vehicles we've driven so far, and we're looking for every vehicle we haven't driven. And if you have one, and you want to bring it down and do a test drive interview and tell us a little bit about your car, let us drive it, we'd love you forever. Come on down. Let's be a part of the Bayou Garage and this YouTube channel. We appreciate all your support, and we want to know what's in your garage, because we're going to show you what's in ours.